edge of the sky. Signals twist sharp like a battle cry. Every step I take hits a broken ground where the wires scream but refuse the sound. Mercy's gone in the static haze. Cold hands blow from the darkest phase. I walk through storms built to erase. Black signals hunt me through every maze. I feel the swarm crawl under my skin. Mercy's a word I can't let out. Signal mercy! Tearing through my chest. Cold transmission never lets me rest. I stand in the dark where the systems die, begging for a spark in a faithless sky. Black signal mercy, I walk the line, fighting what the noise decides. Screens blink out when I draw my breath. Every glitch crawls close like a breathing threat. Taste the dust from a falling code. Dead equations buried in the load. Mercy's lost in a ruined core. Shadows press hard but I want more. Static grabs tight like a closing fist. Black signals cut through the broken mist. No mercy left, no code to save. Black signal hunts, I rise, I crave. Signal mercy! Tearing through my chest. Cold transmission never lets me rest. I stand in the dark where the systems die, begging for a spark in a faithless sky. Black signal mercy, I walk the line, but I won't break to the noise this time. No calm, no peace, just a jagged tone. A place where the quiet never stood alone. I learned to breathe with the voltage near, shaping my truth from a fractured fear. Every step I took was a reckless choice. I was carved by the chaos, born in the noise. My pull hits deep, I feel the rise. Noise built me from shattered lies. Born in the noise, tearing through the roar. Raised by the static, craving more. I walk through storms with a weak void. I'm made from the chaos, born in the noise. Born in the noise, forged in the grind. Fire in my chest, war in my mind. Cracks in the floor hum beneath my feet. Every pulse strikes hard like a war drum beat. Rust-filled skies shape the world I claim. I stand in the ruins with the burning name. No scripted path, no guided hand. Just a lone grit rise into broken land. Every echo calls out with a violent voice. A reminder of the place I was born in the noise. Let it pound, let it shake. Noise made me, noise won't break. Born in the noise, tearing through the roar. Raised by the static, craving more. I walk through storms with a weak void. I'm made from the chaos, born in the noise. Born in the noise, forged in the grind. Rise from the sound you left behind. sinks low when the tension climbs. Every heartbeat cracks into broken lines. Dust rises slow from the ruins I tread. Past falls apart like a code gone dead. I feel the pull of a ritual's call. Shadows move stiff on the shattered wall. Steps hit hard where the old world fell. Collapse ritual born straight from hell. Stare in the dark, hear it repeat. Ritual start when the walls retreat. Ritual tearing through the core. Ground gives out, I'm craving more. Stand in the dust where the echoes howl. I rise with the crash of a dying soul. Collapse ritual, burn the final trail. Let the world break, but I won't fail. Form wide when the pressure drops. Silence hits hard where the chaos stops. Ash coats my breath with a bitter taste. Every step marked by a violent haste. Walls lean in with a twisted bend. Ready to crush what I can't defend. But I hold fast as the ruins swell. Draw strength from the ritual shell. Fall apart, let it roar. Ritual calls, give it more. Ritual tearing through the core. Ground gives out, I'm craving more. Stand in the dust where the echoes howl. I rise with the crash of a dying soul. Collapse ritual, burn the final trail. I walk through the fall, I will prevail. Sky splits open like a fractured screen. Lines run jagged when the light's been slain. Every step I take shakes the ground I tread. Horizon crack like a cold gone dead. Dust falls slow from a broken frame. Future leaking out through a dying flame. I stare ahead in a world undone. A shattered dawn with no more sun. I see the break, I see the fall. The horizon cracks, I hear it call. Cracked horizon, tearing at my fate. Every line split under the weight. World collapsing on a tilted spot. I walk the fault where the ruins align. Cracked horizon cutting through the day. No turning back when the world gives way. As the edges bend, every truth I knew meets a twisted end. Ground shakes hard with a silent roar. Cracks crawl up from a buried core. Sky bleeds static in a crooked arc, turning daylight into something stark. I push ahead though the path gets thin. Cracked horizon pulling me in. Break the ground, let it tear. When the sky splits, I won't care. Cracked horizon, tearing at my fate. Every lie split under the weight. World collapsing on a tilted spine. I walk the vault where road to the world's decay. Tearing at my feet, every life split under the weight. World collapsing on a tilted spine. I walk the fault where the ruins align. Cracked horizon, cutting through the day. I keep moving through the world's decay. Drops slide down the wires in my head. Every thought leaks out like the mind is dead. Files break loose, memories fall, dripping through cracks in a ruined wall. I feel the weight of a system bleed. Data runs thin when it starves the need. I try to hold on but the flow cuts deep. Drip by drip, losing what I can. Pressure rising through every slab. I'm falling faster with every trap. Data drip draining down my spine. Bits of me fall out of line. I'm breaking apart from the inside hit. Losing my world in the data trap. Data drip cutting through my car. Every drop takes a little more. Pages fade out in a stream of dust. Truth dissolves when the circuits rust. Fragments drop from a hollow brain, flooding the ground like a silent rain. I trace the leak but the crack runs wide. Nothing left to patch on the failing side. Identity slips through a poison flaw. Drip after drip, it rewrites the law. Let it drip, let it tear. Every drop, another layer. Data drip, draining down my spine. Bits of me fall out of line. I'm breaking apart from the inside hit. Losing my world in the data trap. Data drip cutting through my core. I won't be the same anymore. Echo scrape the inside of my skull. Every sound hits sharp, every shadow pulls. Burn marks drip from the thoughts I hide. Scars made of noise that I keep inside. I walk through flames that remember my name. Past bites back like a shifting frame. Voices I bury claw through the dark. Echoes strike hard when they hit their mark. Heat in my head, I feel it churn. Every echo wants its turn. Echo burn, cutting through my chest. Memories hit hard, never let me rest. I fight the voices but they always return, dragging me deeper in the echo burn. Echo burn, crawling through my mind. No escape from the flames inside. Old mistakes light up like a neon scar, glowing in the dark from a world too far. I hear Footsteps made of every regret, chasing me down, they're not done yet. I brace myself when the pressure grows. Each echo hits like a killing blow. The past won't fade, it only ignites, burning through the walls of my inner fight. Burn the past, let it crawl. Echo hits, I won't fall. Echo burn, cutting through my chest. Memories hit hard, never let me rest. I fight the voices but they always return, dragging me deeper in the echo burn. Echo burn, crawling through my mind. I stand my ground, let the flames unrise. Echo burn, echo burn, echo burn, echo burn. Echo burn, cutting through my chest. Memories hit hard, never let me rest. I fight the voices but they always return, dragging me deeper in the echo burn. Echo burn, crawling through my mind. No escape from the flames inside. Row! Patterns loop inside my shattered mind, shapes repeating like they're pre-designed. I walk the line of a scripted fate, a hollow rhythm I can recreate. Walls folded like a mirrored frame, every step echoes back the same. I try to run but the pattern bites, a quiet trap built from neon nights. I see the lines beneath my skin, repeating all I've ever been. Hollow pattern, tracing every move, a loop inside the life I can't improve. No escape from the shape I wear. I'm a broken echo in the digital air. Hollow pattern, carving through my bones, leaving me stuck in repeating sounds. The frame distorts when I try to change, bends my world into something strange. Glitches crawl through my doubt and fear, rewriting truth when I get too near. I see a shadow in the looping code, a ghost of me in a mirror loud. Every thought falls back in line, I'm the error in my own design. Pattern, sinking, pattern, bleeding, break the shape or die repeating. Pattern, sinking, pattern, bleeding, break the shape or die repeating. Break the shape or die repeating. Hollow pattern, tracing every move, a loop inside the life I can't improve. No escape from the shape I wear. I'm a broken echo in the digital air. Hollow pattern, cutting through my bones, but I'll break the loop before I'm gone. Walls close in where my thoughts collide, every corner sharp, nowhere left to hide. Steps hit hard on a narrowing path, mind locked tight in a tightening wrap. I push through noise just to find the gate, but every route folds under its weight. Pressure cuts deep in a twisted trend, I walk straight into the mind's dead end. Echoes to never end. Minds dead end, no one left to turn. Every thought breaks, letting chaos burn. Running through the dark where the walls descend. I'm trapped inside my mind's dead end. Mind's dead end, cutting through the grind. Losing control of a fractured mind. Clock frees up as the pressure grows. Time snaps clean when the tension flows. Ground tilts hard when the nerves give way. And every truth shakes when the shadows sway. Breath runs thin in the shrinking space. Past stares back with a hollowed face. I fight the drift but the cracks extend, dragging me deep to the mind's dead end. Break the loop, let it shatter. Dead end hits, thoughts scatter. Mind's dead end, no one left to turn. Every thought breaks, letting chaos burn. Running through the dark where the walls descend. I'm trapped inside my mind's dead end. Mind's dead end, cutting through the grind. I'll rip my way out of my own design. Down my face, hunger grows sharp in this sleepless place. Streets glow cold with a toxic shine. Every breath bites back like a broken sign. Pulse runs wild in the city glare. I feel the urge claw deep through the air. I walk through lights that refuse to fade. Neon hunger built from the scars I made. Color burns hot, I taste the fire. Neon pulls hard like a wide desire. Neon hunger tearing at my chest, chasing every spark like a cursed request. Lights consume what the dark can't keep. I feed the flame when the shadows creep. Neon hunger dragging me inside. Blinded by the glow, I can't deny. City veins pulse loud beneath my feet. Every flash pounds hard like a war drum beat. Reflections twist into ghost-like trails, guiding my steps through electric rails. I chase the shine that devours the night, never satisfied with the fading light. Walls of chrome press in as I roam. Neon hunger calling me home. Taste the glow, let it bite. Hunger grows in the night. Neon hunger tearing at my chest, chasing every spark like a cursed request. Lights consume what the dark can't keep. I feed the flame when the shadows creep. Neon hunger dragging me inside. I lose myself. broken sky, static in my blood in a pixel eye. Every thought a spark on a rusted chain, every heartbeat chewing on the pain. I'm not shaped by peace, I'm formed by war. I'm the glitch you tried to delete before. Shadows home where my voice should be. Noiseborn soul is the core of me. Can you hear it in my bones? The sound that never leaves me alone. I'm Noiseborn, rising from the static rain. I was forged in chaos, wired in pain. No silence, no calm, I break, I roar. Noise in my veins, I become the war. I chew the feedback, swallow the fire. I turn the damage into my empire. You want a hero, you got a spark. A wolf made loud in the neon dark. Voltage cross where my heart should stay. Every shock rewrites my DNA. I don't need peace, I don't need form. I'm the signal surge inside the storm. All the quiet tries to drown my name, but noise is the blood that keeps me safe. I'm Noiseborn, rising from the static rain. I was forged in chaos, wired in pain. No silence, no calm, I break, I roar. Noise in my veins, I become the war. Break the calm, feed the storm. every crack you hide. When the calm collapses, the wolf decides. The wolf decides. Steady wolf rising from the void. A glitch make pace I can't avoid. Tearing through the silence in my veins. Alive through chaos, born from pain. Steady wolf, I feel it roar and roar. And I become the beast once more. Words hit sharp when my pulse goes wild. Every line sparks up like a feral chow. I don't whisper truth, I spit it raw. Voltage on my tongue, burning through the jaw. Every sound I drop is the air I breathe. Static clings tight when I let it fade. No peace in the voice I learn to own. I talk in storms, I talk in stone. I feel the fire under my teeth. Every word I speak, God's voltage tongue, I taste the shock. Every truth I shout can't break the lock. Let the current run through every lie. My voice is words are redefined. Voltage tongue, I bite the spark. Lighting up the void inside the dark. My thoughts strike fast like a lightning scar, flashing through the night from a dying star. I don't choke on fear, I swallow flame. Turn the silence loud, carve a brand new name. My breath hits hard like a metal drum. Every word I spit makes the system numb. You want calm? I can't comply. My voice was born